Number 5. Left dream matches on the table. With so much up and coming talent within the company, as well as Punk's backstage heat with certain talents, there were no doubt plenty of dream matchups that fans were left dying to see. In more recent times, the most obvious one would have been for Punk to face Kenny Omega at All In London. However, sadly, it seems that the differences couldn't be put aside for what could have been a high-drawing money match for sure. From multiple tag team matches to one-on-one dream encounters, even up-and-coming stars such as Ricky Starks must be frustrated to have such a high-profile feud swept from underneath him at the last moment. Luckily, AEW's roster is stacked, so Bryan Danielson was able to step in to close off the recent Ricky Starks CM Punk feud from Collision. The amount of money left on the table from possible feuds and storylines with the likes of The Elite or even Jungle Boy Jack Perry leaves both fans and the roster itself disappointed at what could have been. Number 4. Bringing negativity to AEW. Being such a big star in a younger company like AEW brings a lot of responsibility with it. Not only are you relied upon to help carry the product, but also develop and enhance the younger talent on the roster. Punk no doubt had a wealth of knowledge to share backstage, so it would have made sense that many people would want to try and talk to him. So when it came to the all-out media scrum in 2022, many were surprised to see him start bad-mouthing Hangman Adam Page, The Elite, Colt Cabana, and even took jibes at Jon Moxley and Chris Jericho over on Twitter. For a company that is still growing, veteran expertise and positivity are no doubt important factors to have backstage, so to have Punk begin to spread hate and drama throughout the locker room doesn't really help anyone at all. Number 3. Injury problems. Injuries can't be helped in pro wrestling and are unfortunately part of the job. In CM Punk's case, this was no different, as he suffered a number of legitimate injuries during his time in AEW, each of which saw him shelved for a decent amount of time. This perhaps led to the downfall of CM Punk's mental health whilst with the company, as being hurt and tired whilst on the road is grueling for anyone to deal with. It also didn't help that he was also the AEW World Heavyweight Champion in one instance, meaning he had to relinquish the belt, leaving Tony Khan's plans up in the air, which in a result hurt the company in terms of creative and storylines. Number 2. Made others look bad. When you have the star power that CM Punk does, usually you're expected to use that power to help put others over, not try and bury them or portray them in a negative light. Someone as popular as Punk can easily sway an audience's perception of anyone on the roster, so it didn't help when Punk began to make others look bad. Whether it be going off script and calling out Hangman Adam Page when he wasn't scheduled to appear, or criticising the Elite and their management style, Punk managed to tarnish the characters and perception of his co-workers, which in the long run is never a good idea, especially when you're helping build a company together. Number 1. Backstage fights. Probably the most destructive thing CM Punk could have done during his time in AEW is to be a part of or cause actual backstage fights amongst his co-workers and even Tony Khan, from brawling with the Elite to choking out Jungle Boy Jack Perry and even lunging himself at Tony Khan. CM Punk for sure caused chaos and controversy on several occasions backstage. Before Punk's arrival, this was pretty much unheard of backstage in AEW, with a positive attitude being felt by all. However, Punk's behaviour in recent times would eventually prove to be volatile and lead to serious issues from scrap storylines to suspensions and firings. Punk's actions would affect several people, with Tony Khan inevitably having to fire Punk, a sad end to what could have been one of the greatest comebacks in all of wrestling history. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more wrestling content.